We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Spears to begin the drive. Shedding the tackle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage. But every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Right back to Spears. And only a couple there as he'll take this up to the 47. You talk about this Washington defense.
They played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown. And came away.
Fights through, and now a crease. Look at the big fella go. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And here's a give to Spears.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Back to throw here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Baker. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down?
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Titans will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. Out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Off the play fake. Harris. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
You talk about this Titan defense.
They enter this one 18th in the NFL in stopping the run.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man. And are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the...
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. It's picked up by the Titans. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
That penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort.
First catch so far by Pickens. It's good for a first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Oh, some strong running.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Commanders.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Extra point attempt to come here. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
The Spears with another carry.
Fighting through, and he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Well, this defense for the Commanders, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
Third down and 1.
Back to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. Down the sideline he goes.
And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. 68 yards. And the Titans have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Powering forward. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
44 yards rushing for him now to this point. Here now, 3rd and a yard.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's Shelton. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw is Harris from the gun on 3rd down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But Did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The Titans on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And he's just going to run right into that big old defensive end, and that play going nowhere.
On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And the punt goes out of bounds. Where will they put it? They'll put it just inside the 45-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
56 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
They go play action here on 1st down.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun, Harris.
And that is going to be incomplete as he let him a bit too much.
They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be toward the sideline, intercepted. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
Well, he's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando.
2 yards still to go. Third down now.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off play action. Harris.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again.
He's got this one to Hutchinson.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 20-yard line. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And he takes it in for a Commanders touchdown.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Commanders will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Harris now. Off play action. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts,
as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll throw now on the final play.
Caught left side. Here's Dell.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's third down. Operating from the gun, Harris. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 29-yard line. 18 yards, a big pickup there on third down. Now a play fake here on first down.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down.
Got an open man, it's Pickens.
And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14.
Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. But Charles, you and I said at intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored. Now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have, and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score.
Hand off to Spears. And a pretty good burst there as they get this across midfield and down to the 46. 51 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, the great coach has said football's really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
Hard throw, incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Harris off the bootleg.
That's complete to Hutchinson.
Room here to run. And he makes it all the way down to the 31.
Big yardage that time for Washington.
42 yards.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like two excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
He finds his man complete. It's Shelton. And he is going to lose yardage here. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday. Back now in Nashville.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the 4th.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get this down only to the 18. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
And he's got his man out of the slot, complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 18 yards that time to push him up, 1st and goal.
And that's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. George Pickens.
Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50.
And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
62 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
I definitely like the play call. You don't expect it on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, do you? You expect a pass play. Had a little courage there to call the run, and boy, they were successful.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He had a great move, but he'll still be stopped shy of midfield.
2nd down and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at their 49-yard line.
Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Out of the gun to give to Spears.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Baker. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here. 1st and 10.
He'll look to throw. He's going to float this over the middle, deep.
And that's going to be incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
2nd and 10.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Back to throw again. Got his open man, it's Carr. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8.
The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
His pass caught at the 4. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Titans have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Harris flushed out right. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver complete.
And he will have the first down. And even with the 3 timeouts on the other side, they're going to be able to run this nearly all the way down now.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
He's still on his feet.
And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A big play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year.
And the Commanders are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Unable to corral him, he fights through. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
forced out to his left. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. Now a timeout called for by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they cannot do anything to stop the